Miss you boys, man. Fuck. How you gonna do this? That's what you ever look over your life and start thinking about how to fix it? What I mean by fixing is, maybe I shouldn't say fix. How to improve it. Constantly thinking about how to improve myself. I don't know. I just kind of like it. I love the benefit of self-improvement. Somebody said the church killed the black home. Amen to that. And my dad's a pastor. My whole life. Still is. And I could testify that. And for most PKs, like they all have to. I mean, probably not now. I don't know of any PKs now. But back in my day, it rings true to everybody. I think the movement now that you could find yourself in would be a movement where a lot of, like you could really find some Christians that are really a different movement. I don't even want to say Christian because I know that they would say Christian, but I'm still convinced that the Christian movement it's evolved so much. I shouldn't even say evolve. I don't know what you would call it, but it's changed. It's not what it used to be. But I do enjoy being a conscious person, though. That shit feels great. I know that the next movement is us as a group of people. I look at like the black movement. It's funny because like we say we need help and some say we don't need help. But when you look at the people who were saying it, you still get you get the same kind of people on through life, and they're very. I don't know if they change, if they're interchangeable. They are for sure, but the person that normally says that black folk need help, you could still ask that person, or he could still have a conversation about an individual black person. Like how you could, like how that person would need, or how to give help to that person. And that is to say like a homeless person or somebody that, you know, that would represent somebody that could use some help. That same person would have a different opinion towards that kind of help than this, you know what I'm saying? And then still be able to have black people need help conversation. Then you have the same person that has, you know, black people don't need no help. That person then is also challenged with being able to have the conversation about how is he helping an individual, how they feel about an individual. And, you know, it's been proven, I don't know if you could say clinically or anything like that, but it's definitely has been proven that let me see if I'm live. Okay. Am I live? Why is that still... I don't know if I'm live or not. Maybe I need to go inside. But I can't sleep, and in a minute I'm going to be drawing something for my boys. I'm missing them. I always miss them. I don't talk about it because there is an answer to this. Hollywood, bitter baby mamas, and bitter baby mamas' kids, offspring and all that shit all have something different to say about the subject. So, like my mom said, she said it would take somebody, and this is just similarities, I'm not saying this is at all what, I'm jumping off course is what I'm saying, off topic. My mom used to always say, she didn't always say, it wasn't something she said always, because we didn't always have the conversation. But she definitely, you could feel that this was her resolve. She said it will almost take somebody to leave the church and really live outside of it and to come back in to really touch people. And I understood that. Like, that made sense to me. Like, I mean, obviously we were having that conversation, but at the same time, like, that is the kind of, that's the kind of conversation that my mom, and I used to have. But, I can say that you know what? If I'm drawing and talking, I want to figure out when I go off topic or why I go off topic. Dang, she thick. This big girl movement. Thick. Steroids and the chicken making you thick, and now we just pushing commercials. Start up a campaign, and now everybody thick. And now no one's paying attention because we all thick. We like ass and titties, just like we like eating our chicken, ass and titties. That shit funny. That is a fact. Chicken, who don't like the breasts and the thighs? That's what we like in our women, breasts and thighs. Now, I remember our women being thick, but I don't remember our women being like, I don't remember our women being like thick like this. Kind of like I don't remember bananas tasting the way they do now. They suck. Back in the day, shit, banana and peanut butter, that's my meal. I will eat a banana and peanut butter sandwich back in the day in a second. Fake breasts. This chick is an Asian chick with some big old breasts just sitting on the bed. On Twitter, too. It's cute, but you could tell this ain't hers. She leaning on them. I feel bad for them bags. Don't break, bag. Don't break. All right, so the story that I'm working on right now, the narration that I wrote is three brothers they meet at a conclusion. Or four brothers, sorry, meet at a conclusion. So four brothers meet at a conclusion. Then I'm not sure if I want to put to explain the narrative, which I've written it, explaining it, but I don't know if I want to explain it. And the way that I explain it, I say that because when you look at it, it's three brothers that are meeting, and you could say, I think I just leave it like that. I don't have to explain it because I'm drawing it. Never mind. Man, I tell you like this. Who's not going to look at beautiful women every time they touch their phone if they're there? I tell you. Snaps. Shit. But I will tell you this much. I'm tired of looking at fake titties and fake ass. It's like, I don't even know no more. So this young lady right here, she has where her skin color changes. The girl is beautiful, and I hate to say this, but she's beautiful with her makeup on. Without her makeup, you can't see the detail. Like, you can't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way that her skin is discolored, like it's white and black. Like when her lips are pink, so it goes right through, like from her, it's like a line from the left down to the right of white on some black skin. It goes past her nose, over her lips, down under her chin to the left, right? You can't see that the woman got like she really beautiful. And you can't really see it all the time in her pictures because it hides that line. Because it passes through her lips. She bad. She caught my attention because my phone binged and it said, would you talk to me? Or would you, if you see me, would you talk to me? Or something like that. And it was kind of like a catch-22 or whatever, because although she was bringing people to her, even though she was bringing people to her page, it was clever the way she did it. Man, I'm taking this off. I don't know why y'all showing me all this stuff. Stop showing me all this stuff. Anywho, so three brothers meet at a conclusion. Alright, and here's the brothers are playing a joke on the other brother. So I think I'm going to take that out. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave this part right here. Then I got to draw him. The thing is, I got to draw him hitting the ground. And I got to debate on how I'm going to show him hitting the ground. And I think I should have him falling like that first. And then have this part right here. Oh, yeah, I forgot all about it, too, because I ended up putting this over here. So why don't I grab this and put this over here real quick. Originally, wow. Why would y'all even let it be that fucking big? Like, that don't make no sense. That's crazy, a homegirl used to say. That's crazy to me. Right before she asked me to do something. Okay, so... Man, okay, so now I got that. Alright, so if I add one, it's going to automatically create another layer. So right now I'm just going to line up everything that I got for this. I was on the phone with Ira. He went to sleep. Brother was knocked out. Alright, so there's a couple things I want to pay attention to while I'm designing this. One is I want his hat to be high tech. I want the reader to know that this dude is high tech, like, because that goes on to his character as in the story. He's just a high tech. He's a high tech character. Like, he like making stuff. I love making shit. I love using my hands, ladies. But man, these girls be going out of their way. You knew you had that going on like that. Stop playing. All right, so let me go to my. So I want the hat. I'm gonna draw it. I ain't gonna talk about it. I don't want to feel like I have to talk about it. Online drawing live. And it's been a while since I've been animating, so I'm getting back into it. At the same time, I'm a little skittish because I just don't. I don't know. I just probably don't want to take risk, but you have to take risks. So in order for me to get better, you're gonna see the risks start happening. And when I say risk, it's like sometimes I just don't want to. People who got fat and obese dogs, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. That shit ain't cute. Oh, that's tight. So they had an obese dog. They got the dog fat and then put his ass on a diet. But the crazy part about it, though, is that dog didn't have no problem losing that weight. And it was smart how they did it till they put him in some water in a treadmill. Nigga, we are smart as a people, period. Just as a people, not a race, just a people.
Nobody, bro, I never did nothing to you, bro. Yo, for you to be out with another nigga right now cheating on.
That's weird. That is America. Damn, he hit him hard. Yeah, he gonna get expelled for that. They catching people nowadays. You can't get away from things you used to be able to get away from no more. You are going to get caught. You just can't sock somebody because you don't like the outfit. Somebody gonna catch that shit. This dude had a piece of. Man, I ain't gonna tell you what happened on that one. They caught that on tape though. Ooh, that dress. It ain't about the dress. It's about them cakes that. Alright, so let's go live. And before I go live, okay, that's a YouTube. I want to pin this. Send direct message. Nope. I want to pin it. How do I pin it? And I'm going to do a podcast because you know I got to do a podcast. Drawing live on YouTube. Animation. I should say animating live on YouTube. I think people are more prone to look at animating while talking to you. On Twitter. Spaces. I didn't mean to do that. Animating live on YouTube and talking to you on Twitter Spaces. Record this one. Record it, man. Get to know Twitter Spaces. Nope. To get to know Twitter Spaces. That shit's stupid. I hate when it dropped down like that. Like, really, nigga? Like, the fuck? Yeah. Alright, so we on point. Alright, so I'm drawing. Where's my battery space? Because as soon as my battery go off, obviously I'm stopping. Dang, I got 21 minutes of battery space. Or 21, sorry. Not minutes. But anywho, so we can cover a lot in that time. I'm not tripping. You know what? One of the things I would have done different is this. So yeah, so I am drawing on Instagram. I mean on YouTube, and I am doing this live. So I just pushed that into the top, so you can go up there and click on that, and it'll take you to Instagram. Get your YouTube, watch, listen, stream app. What? They got a YouTube stream app online right now. Boost. I ain't boosting that, but yeah. Alright, so yeah, so that's my thing. I'm all out of weed, so I wanted to smoke. But I'm all out. And I don't really smoke that much. I mean, I do, but I don't smoke a lot. I smoke every day, all day, but I don't smoke a lot. I medicate myself. So it's like a puff. So I hit a bone. It won't be no big. So pretty much like $30 a weed lasts me 2 months. Damn near 3 months. But at the same time, I get high and it lasts for a long ass time. So it lasts for at least a good 5 hours off of just what I hit. Like if I hit a puff, it's going to last me at least 4 hours. So that's what I mean when I say that I smoke all day. I turn the opacity down. Damn, what if I turn the opacity down? I can't really see the lines, but it's fine. Because I got this. You know, I hate when I'm in a fucking flow right now, and then this shit happens. Like, I just don't like shit messing up. When I'm ready to draw, I'm ready to draw. Duh. So, the one thing that I don't like about this program is, like, if I draw a line and then I hold it, it won't straighten itself out. I mean, pretty much all the programs I use do that. Actually, no. All the programs I use don't do that, because Illustrator don't do that shit. Fuku, or Frisco, whatever the fucking name of that thing is, it doesn't do that. But the ones that do that, I love them. And one of them that does it is, well, all these do it. Sketchbook does it. And Procreate does it. Man, when that shit be happening, it helps. Because I be flowing with it. Because sometimes it'll take me a minute to do a circle. And if I'm drawing a circle, like, I'm the kind of person, like, I like to be... I like things to look right. I mean, everyone on here that draws probably like, yeah, duh. So I'll take a couple takes when I'm achieving that. So it may take me some time to make a line, a circle. So when I can make a circle from just drawing and holding the pencil, that's fucking priceless. Okay, I'm not going to mess with this too much because I'm going to take off that background so I can see this better. It's something late nights for me. Late nights sometimes bring out the creative person. And when I'm in creative mode, like, life makes sense. Yep. Then I'm able to kind of focus a little bit. The brothers, I don't want to add any age right now. And so if you play a trick, if so they have had like I don't know if you call it a pack or there's a saying amongst the brothers, but if they play a trick on me and I fall for it, if they play a trick on anybody and they fall for it during this meeting, they have to take the experience. So a conclusion happens fast, right? the transaction may be slow or could be slow, but for the most part, it's like thought. Aha, it's an ha-ha moment, right? These brothers are meeting at a conclusion. I didn't, like, that's not a euphemism. I didn't just say that to just say it. It has purpose. It's what I said. They met at a conclusion, and that conclusion is an actual place. Our conclusion is a place. You know, I'm just playing with words. So I guess it is a euphemism. However, it really ain't. But, so, they play a joke on one of the brothers and he falls for it. But it's a dumb joke and they're looking at you like, this cat fell for that shit? Really? Did he just fall for that? And that's how it is. With this particular brother, that they looking at him like, bro, really? You falling for dumb shit. And brother doesn't care because it is who he is, right? So, but, yeah, so if you're on here, if you look at the top, the YouTube, I'm drawing on YouTube. So if you click on the top, you'll see me drawing live. And I'm recording my progress for two reasons. One is for my boys to be able to go back and look at this and be able to understand some things, and then for me recording my process. You know, I am on the cusp of blowing up right now. So there are some things that I've decreed, that I have postulated, and I want them to be documented that I said them. So if I get quiet, forgive me. Because I do, like, I'll breathe to, so if I'm drawing a line and that line is, well, if I'm just drawing a line, period, I'm going to breathe differently. Only because, I don't know, it's a habit. It's like a sharpshooter, I would imagine. You know, you breathe different when you're about to pull the trigger and you're lining the shot up. So it's the same way here. When I'm about to draw something, I'll, like certain strokes, I'll breathe different. And I be noticing it once I be listening to the tape. But if you be wondering why you be hearing that. Because normally I get that deep breath before I go back in to draw. Because I don't stop. Ooh, I'm on that Hero Academia right now. That shit go hard. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I am getting kind of like, maybe because I was cramming, you know, like watching a whole bunch, putting a lot of hours in. I mean, that just makes me feel like shit whenever I do that. Like, there's like, I should be doing something else. So, I try. I normally don't do that, but Hero Academia is I'm enjoying that right now. I like how they have all the different quirks and how they're coming out with. I really do think like they're doing like, I mean, anime and Marvel Comics, I don't know how they feel about us out there. You know, I'm sure they gotta like us. I mean, what's there not to like? At the same time, the styles are totally different. Like, if you was into manga in the 90s, it was different than it is now. I mean, because back then I didn't know anything about, I only knew X-Men. And then I found out about manga. But when I found out about manga, I kind of found out about, there was different, like, you know, the wherever that stuff is from, I'm not sure if it's whatever, but they've always been good at drawing the women's bodies and making them look very sexual. Like, as a kid, you come across a manga and it changed your life. Or maybe I shouldn't say manga, because it's not so much of it being manga as much as it is the it's I forgot what it is. It's something else. It's not. There's a magazine. There's a word for it where they do a lot of nude drawings, and a lot of the women are naked and stuff like that. But that's the one I'm talking about. Although, you know, manga still, you get the same thing. Like, you'll get, like, you know, you'll get them drawn accentuating the women, you know, breasts and stuff like that. So you still get that sexy cartoon look. But the one I'm talking about, nah, it's this to the next level. You see some of this, and as a kid, and you be like, what? That'd be sex ad. You just had a sex ad in your living room, or wherever you watching it at. But yeah, man. So the part that I'm drawing right now is, okay, so when he falls, he ends up falling to his to relive the experience. So now, instead of having, well, he's had the haha moment, but now he has to, instead of having it, he has to live through it. And it's a second. It happened in faster than a second, right? Like, I'm breaking the milliseconds and all that shit down. I'm going to get into that. I'm going to research it soon. But it happened fast. And, anywho, so he ends up having to live through it. So now he's falling to the ground. And when he falls, he's going to anyways, he's falling to the ground. I don't want to share everything I'm drawing it, so that's one of the things I gotta learn how to do better, is while I'm drawing, there's a lot of I don't have to say because I'm actually drawing it, and it will say it for me. But, you know, I sometimes can't draw as fast as I can speak, so I like to talk about, you know, since I'm talking, I just don't know, like, while I'm drawing, my stuff I feel is kind of boring. You know what I'm saying? It's low key, it's a little boring. And I mean, because I draw for long hours and I don't be saying nothing. And I do a lot of erasing. When I'm not in the zone, and the zone is when I've gotten paid for my time, and this is me after work. That's normally the zone for me. Alright, so this is a hat, and I'm trying to debate on how I want to have this hat fly in. And I just changed the shape of the hat. Let me change it back. Because I realized when I did that, the ring around it will look totally different if I don't acknowledge that. So yeah, so sometimes I be just sitting here drawing. Man, my homeboy Marcus Mosley, man, I should have took off the DC. Is what I should have did. But I ain't gonna lie, I kind of low key had cold feet, self-sabotage, and then plus my boys was like, Dad, we didn't decided we gonna go with you. And we didn't even have that conversation. So after that conversation, I was like, I can't even leave. Because, like, anywho. Evil. Is there any justice? Real justice. Alright, so now that I'm falling, you'll see that this hat that I'm wearing on my head is like falling as like it's falling, but it's finding me. And this is the one I want to kind of show the reader that I want to start showing some technology, man. I want to start showing that this technology is kind of low key on point. And this is my way of going about doing that. And now that the hat is flying, I'm going to close this down. And I'm going to plug up. I'm probably going to be up all night drawing. Because I'm feeling it. And the animation's looking really good. Low-key excited. Time to plug up my... so I can get more battery time. But yeah, go check me out on Instagram. I mean on YouTube. I normally draw live on Instagram. I mean on Facebook, but I'm not a Facebook fan. I hate Facebook. The Kabbalah. Words be coming out of my mouth for me just hearing something. I don't know. I've always recorded words in my head. Like if I hear a word and I like it, I mean not only am I gonna look that word up and find out what it means if I don't know what it means, but I'm gonna commit it to memory. So like I used to read books or listen to audiobooks, and while I'm listening to audiobooks, I would just verbatimly just remember what what they're saying, and my brain would pick up on how they said the words. And this is before I got into looking, the derivatives and the derivatives and the origin of the words, and before I started looking into all that stuff, Scientology got me into all that. Scientology, for the most part, is a school. You go there to learn about yourself, period, and how to handle life situations. And there's nobody out there doing it like them. It's new. It's different. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I would not want the world to go. I would not want Scientology to take over. Like, if I don't see it as a religion, but I can see it being a religion. I can't see it being a religion, actually. Because there's nothing about it that I got that's religious. They do things by the book, and they are hooked on L. Ron Hubbard. But other than that, like, I don't see it a religion in it. I mean, you could have people, nah. So I don't see a religion in Scientology. Like, I don't see that at all. And maybe I'm missing it because, I worked for Scientology for 10, 11 months. Might have been 9 months, actually, now I'm thinking about it. My contract was 1 year, I think. But, I like Scientology. And when I say I like it, I don't even think I should say I like it, because that insinuates that there's something about it. Like, especially if you're a church person, there's something about L. Ron Hubbard that I like. No, that's not what I'm saying. And although I do give L. Ron Hubbard, I don't even have to give him his props, because he don't recommend me to give him his props. These people took his teaching and made a movement out of it. And that movement, or his research, I should say, he's a doctor, so to speak, psychologist. And his study was the human mind. That's what you get Dianetics from. And the man was on point. Period. And when you go there and you listen to how they breaking stuff down, I can hear Christians calling it the same. Oh yeah, that's this, that, and the other, right? Yeah, you can call it this, that, and the other. But if you want to really know the origin of the words and all that stuff, some clear understanding. If you really want clear understanding, go to Scientology and find out how to learn. Learn how to learn. And that's what I got from Scientology. If it hadn't been for me being raised and having to come to that clear revelation myself as a child, as a student, I would have not been prepared for it later in life to have heard it. To have a book to learn how to learn, or learning how to learn, or something like that. I said those same words to my mom, not the same words, but I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I learned how to learn. And I remember it was Mrs. Wright, who was in summer school, and she showed me all the words, the sounds of the alphabet, and showed me how as I can. So when she had me put my hand in front of my mouth and feel the puff of air, and had a picture of a P with a puff of air with some lips doing a puff of air, like all that shit makes sense to me. And from that point, it made sense. So I learned how to learn, and that's what I ran into the house telling my mom, and that's when my reading went up to, I think it was 1.5, 2.5 grades. So, 20 years later, coming across Scientology, hearing a book, I need to take a book and go study a book, learning how to learn, that stuck out to me because, when I went to Scientology, I was illiterate. My reading was terrible. My comprehension was worse. And something was in it. I like cooking. I really like being creative. Okay, I'm back. So I'm on YouTube drawing live. I'm doing my storyline trailer. And oh, he's gonna have like his scarf. Or not scarf, but his anything outside of what you provide to the conversation. Go with your instinct. And instinct is what you feel in your heart. Your heart, though. Think about that. Question everything. I taught you to question everything. And time has not passed like how you think it has. Someone is putting emphasis on it. Telling you about they're making real. Creating a monster so that you can. I don't know why they would do it, but they're making your life. They're tying it into something. They're helping you. I don't know how to say it, but they're putting their opinions on you. They're making you live their reality. As a child, that's not fair. It's not fair for a parent to do that. At all. It's a parent's job to protect your mind at all times. I know we can play with that all we want and pass it backwards and forward a couple times and say it all kinds of different ways. But the truth of the matter is you're responsible for how your kids feel. You have some responsibility, especially if they're little kids. You have all the responsibility. You think that you are, and you don't think you're doing nothing, but whatever. Justice. Neo. Guys, think. I know you're thinking. I don't want to say it offensively. It's not much I can say. That if challenged, can't be twisted by an adult who has a alternative motive, an agenda. There is no way I would ever have your mental state in my presence. Well, actually, I stand corrected. Let me not say that. I would not do it now, and I have done it, which is why I know it's being done. where you just don't really care about what the other parent has to say because you don't, y'all not together. Like, it's not important to me. But even when I was doing it, I wasn't doing that to that extent. Like, if my kids had something to say about the subject, you know, if they wanted to call they mama, I didn't say no, you can't call your mama. Well, actually, at first I did. I didn't say you couldn't call them, but they would. I would make it priority to call you. You know, because it's my time. So I know that if I was doing that, then this woman, she doing it to the next level. She's always been tit for tat. It's kind of been the way she's always played the game, which is why we not together. I'm not that kind of person. I mean, I can be, but I noticed that because I am, or can be like that, it wouldn't be healthy for me to be in a relationship with kids. And I didn't want to be in a relationship because my parents were in a relationship. You know, like, I didn't want that to set the pole. Plus, I'm a businessman, so at that time I had a business, and my best friend was change, was being able to see that that our way doesn't work, and be able to take another route and make it work. So that logic brought on the change mentality, like, you just change whenever you can. So making a change, and one would say, I could say I'm changing because I see that I don't like how it's being done to me. But either way, I mean, that's a revelation. I would have had that revelation. I repented for being like that. But I can't say, like, if you women out there who are not allowing your perfectly sane husbands or ex-husbands, baby daddies, to see their kids, shame on you. I've sat there, I've gotten out of a relationship with just women that just, they don't care. Like, their thing is that's their kids, because they do this and the other. They prove, nope, we're going to be very straightforward and very canon. It's they kids because they put clothes on their back and all that, right? They feed them. I used to get caught up in it and be like, oh, really? You doing all that? Or not, you doing all that, but be like, yep, facts, nah, fuck that shit. That's bullshit. You put clothes on that child's back because you stubborn. You don't get no help because you stubborn. And you bitter. It was you and your kids or nothing at all. And that was your decision. And you know you're wrong, so you would never admit to that. And it's from that twisted mentality that stemmed the conflict. I remember I was talking to my boy. He was talking to me like he knew what he was talking about. And he did know what he was talking about. But the topic was too adult. It was an adult topic. And the views you have were forced upon you, I could tell. Because first of all, it's like a little kid talking about adult stuff. And even though you can have a conversation, I can tell you are inexperienced. Like, you don't have a clue what you're talking about. So, but I understood this stuff. I get it. Hurting people hurt people. One of my friends got a song called Hurt People, Hurt People. It's just true. And I was hurt at one time. I was going through a whole bunch of shit. So I know it's true. Or I should say I've been hurt. And I can testify to that. Hurt people hurt people. As cliche-ish as it sounds, or can sound. So anyway, so he's falling. So now you got him falling. Let's move this piece of layer off. Then that's black. That's the only thing I don't like. I wonder if they'll let me put like a paint bucket on it. I doubt it. I doubt if they're gonna let me turn this white. Like I thought. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I went on to a tangent with that. I didn't really even want to have that conversation. That's not important to me. Justice will rule, period. I shouldn't say justice because that's cliche-ish and that's relative. Who's justice? What you could ask. Like Black Lives Matter. Kanye's only saying what lives don't matter. And we could go back and say Black lives do matter though, because they haven't been mattering. And then you can go back and say, look what the movement ain't even with it. The movement's stupid. Like the idea is golden, but it's to the point like we've been doing this shit for so long. Black Lives Matter should have been a conversation with a group of people, black people, on if they should push that. Black Lives Matter. That just leave the conversation for someone to say no, they don't. It's another form of racism. As if black lives don't matter. Like, that was fucking stupid. That was offensive to me. Black Lives Matter. What the fuck? How do we even think that was cool to even say? And that's how stupid we are as a people. Some of us, I should say. Black Lives Matter should have been a protest within itself. That was just the most stupidest thing that we could have ever even coined the term. That's what Kanye's saying. He's like, nigga, we ain't really like lives matter, period. I mean, even if he's not saying it, I'm saying it. That lives matter, period. I get it. But Black Lives Matter, I get it. I understand that Black Lives matter. But Black lives don't matter no less, no more than any other life. That is to say, why don't we just say what we want to say and that is stop killing us, period. What the fuck we gotta get all creative for? Black Lives Matter. Motherfucker, please. Duh. Black Lives Matter. Man, when I heard that shit, I was like, oh no. Oh no. I knew we was in for a ride. And then I think that was right after the Million Man Walk or whatever, the Million Man thing that they did in New York, I think it was. Obviously, I didn't go to it. Although I did end up getting involved with the Muslims. I've always felt like what they taught was, I was interested because I liked the way that the men looked like they had purpose. And I wanted to have purpose. Well, I can't say I wanted to have purpose because I've always had purpose. That's one thing I've never been short of is purpose. But I need to get over. I need to get over some things that I was going through. So the Muslim movement, I felt at that particular time could have offered me something. So I got involved with them. And it did what I thought it would do. Just like Scientology did what I thought it would do. I got out of both of them what I needed. The ability to make it to another day. People ask me about Scientology. I ain't got nothing bad to say about Scientology. Well, I could say bad things about Scientology, but I'm not in the church no more, and I can say bad things about the church. So, who can't say bad things about anything? You want to say something bad about something, guess what? Your creative mind will create that bad thing to say. So, I nip it in the bud and just don't say bad shit. Keep it 100. Or don't say nothing. If I can't say something good about it, I ain't gonna say that I'm a saint and I'm perfect at it because I do vent some things. But, Scientology is one of the things that I appreciate. You know, eat the bones. I mean, eat the meat, throw away the bones. A lot of black Christians are afraid to step out of the church and learn something. Because they feel like it's a threat to, I don't know, to them, to their knowledge of the learning. I mean, that's part of the taint, is that you would think that way. Somebody made you think that way. Someone created the narrative for you to think that way. And I can tell you how that happens. Words, first and foremost. When you look at Harry Potter and curses, words are curses. You know, you could call something and the name itself gives you a feeling. Just like you say nigga. our church, our devil, our fuck. These words make you feel some kind of way. That's the power of words. So when I start understanding that words have power, and not for the reasons why you may think they do, I started to looking into it. And I found some things that were revelations. And that's why I be like, yo, I'm living this thing. This isn't just me. I mean, I don't just be talking about things that I don't have some former information about. It's just never been my style. I'm not that guy. I mean, I'm not gonna say I won't sit in the room and have a conversation with somebody. You know, if I find myself somewhere that, I'm hanging with family or I'm faced with a conversation and I don't know anything about it, I'm able to listen and find out while I'm listening and ask questions. A good question should give you a good answer, and that good answer should give you some kind of information that you didn't have prior. And for me, that's how I was raised, to ask good questions. Well, I wasn't raised to ask good questions. I was raised, and from being raised the way I was, you had to know how to ask a good question. Man, I remember my son, my oldest, he was choking in his crib. He had caught a little cold, and he woke up one day yelling, screaming, and started coughing, and then it just went silent. So I walked over to the crib, and he's choking. You can tell. It's at nighttime too. You can tell. You can hear him. I remember putting my mouth over his mouth and his nose and just sucking. Man, I had a mouth full of nastiness. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I don't even think about it. I remember the time I spit it out, but I don't even, it was nasty when I thought about it later, but I'd do it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't, I was the one that watched the kids. Like, those were my babies. I always wanted to have kids. Boys specifically. And I was the one the kids loved. You know, I was the one that they were always running to. You know, I was the one that raised them. I mean, I changed diaper. I did everything. I ain't gotta say what I did and didn't do. Like, that's what I did and whatever needed to be done. For me, shit was fun as hell. I'd do it over and 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 over again. I loved my kids when they was little. My son, Sion, man, the stuff that he used to do was ridiculously crazy and creative. I remember we used to give him Ritz crackers, And I just give him the whole bag because I knew what he was about to do next. The more he had, the more elaborate it became. But he would, man, this dude was different. I'd give him, plus he was always watching like Einstein, the Little Einsteins, any educational movies that they had or shows, he was watching them. So he would be, he would eat his crackers and he would line them up all on this little table. He'd line them all up first, and then he'd bite one a certain way. And then he'd bite the rest of them, sit them back down, and bite the rest of them. And then next thing you know, he'd look at them and he'd start turning them and making little patterns inside of them. And he'd bite another one a certain way, turn the other one and have a little pattern in it. Man, the dude was just like fucking amazing. What else would he do? He would line all the shoes because we had to take our shoes off at the grandma's house at the door. He'd line them all up and make patterns, long patterns like that would spread through the whole living room. I mean, it'd be like a crop circle. You go in there and you see just like all these patterns, these shoes spread all everywhere. Like, so it's just so funny to me how you could be so bitter, so resentful, that you would create the atmosphere that says that I don't want to be in my boy's life. You would force on my boys how you feel about me and make them feel the same way. What court is there for that? That's that kind of stuff that I'm like, you know what? You got all these fathers out here, and then you make, that's just for a certain people. Yeah, it may affect. It may affect everyone, but it didn't affect anyone until it affected us first. That is to say, had it not been aimed for us, you wouldn't be getting fired on. Warfare is because of us. You need us to be reliable, dependent. And then you get, like, folks that don't have a clue. All they have is a economical idea. And with all they experience, they can say that that's not true. Yeah, you're looking through your own lens. And that's how you see it. And you're entitled to see it like that. But I'm going to let you put on these moccasins right here and tell you that. You privileged. If you ain't got to worry about what you going to eat or what clothes you wearing, you privileged. It's a privilege to not have to worry about where you're going to sleep. And we can attach all kinds of logic to it all we want. and make it lean more to what makes you feel comfortable at night. But it is a privilege. It is a privilege. Anywho, I'm all over the place, guys. I'm drawing this animation, or I'm animating, I should say. So I worked for 5 years, 6 years, and I didn't show any of my work at all. And now I'm showing my work. So all the sketches that I did, everything, I'm sharing everything. You know, when I was growing up, I had accomplished so many things. Like, when it comes to fashion, like, I was knocking them out the park. My dad's a pastor, so I was beating people who owned manufacturing companies in LA. One of which was Boquez. I wish I remember her last name, but I'm from the 90s. I'm a 90s baby, but I'm from that, well, it's not important. So I'm in the 90s, so kids were to be seen and not heard. So we didn't call. No, I shouldn't say that. Seen and not heard. I mean, that could be the 90s, but it's not where it originated from. That originated from like the 70s, the 60s, and probably before that. Kids are to be seen and not heard, that is. But with me, I was in the 90s, so I was able to, I touched the hem of I forgot what I was talking about. You see, I'm so honest. I didn't have to say nothing. I'm aware of that. But that shit gonna be funny when I listen back on it. If I had played it off, it would have been not. It would have just been on me. I would have listened to it and laughed. But this is live. I feel like that's important. Those are the things. Someone said document the process. And I said, yes, I will. So now that I'm documenting the process, you know what? I want to change this a little bit. So yeah, so if you look on the YouTube, I left a link. You can see me drawing my animation for trailer. So I'm gonna have it scored and everything. Man, oh shit. So I gotta turn all this stuff white. Let's go. Let's do it. No better time than the present. Man, if I could draw as fast as I could think about something, or when I can do that, it's gonna be fucking amazing for me. And I call that the zone. There's been times where I've been in the zone and I've gotten like a whole week's worth of work, or 2 weeks, 2 months. I've done like my finals in the zone, like at nighttime. Like, finished everything I needed to finish. I've written whole like business plan outlines in the zone. I'm talking about supernatural. Like, it be the zone. Like, you be done, you be breathing, you get done, you like, what the fuck? How did I do that? Oh, I did that. You know what I mean? I've seen that. I've done that. And I've been at one point I knew how to summon it. So I would push towards making it, creating that environment. And now it's like, I don't know, now I just feel like I just want to find myself in that zone all the time. So if you go to my YouTube, I'm drawing live. I will be turning these into NFTs, gifts, will they be moving? I'm sleepy now. I'm going to sleep. I'm low-key a little hooked, but I'm getting off this podcast because I'm really not talking enough to really be on this podcast. Or whatever you want to call this. I call it a podcast. I mean, what is Twitter Spaces but a podcast? What's the difference between a podcast? Maybe I need to go look that up. But I don't see this being no different. So this word right here is help. That's what I'm getting across. You know what? Whoever, Boruto, they need to stop the series ASAP. Whack ass series, man. Y'all fucking the whole chain up, the whole franchise. I don't even care about Boruto. Like, I thought it was cool, and then I saw you guys try to do it, and you fucked it up for me. I don't even care about it no more. Like, in the worst way. Like, I'm offended whenever I see a Naruto. I mean, shit, see? Now it's rubbing off to Naruto's. But when I see Boruto, I get offended. Just totally fucked all the potential up. Dang, they did bad, man. That shit is ridiculous. Like, I don't know how to say dude's name, but how could you? I knew it wasn't gonna be good when I found out what he did, and I know they may very well do that a lot. But the dude that created the characters, he only did some of the characters, but he's a fucking in-between artist. Like, don't give that guy a pencil and tell him to write a story. You kidding me? And I think, keep in mind, Naruto published, whatever the guy, the publisher or whatever, they told him to go faster. Like, they told him they told him don't milk the story like how he wanted to. And what he said, he wished he would have taken his time instead of rushing it. Now, mind you, Naruto, man, you fuck around and look at Naruto. Naruto's episodes are how I want my episodes. Like, it would be like one episode to have 700, one season to have 700 episodes. You hear me? Like, 700 episodes. I don't know about you, but 700 episodes, one series, consistently, 700 episodes. It's like these cats don't care. They like, we doing 700 episodes every season. Like, that was the word on the streets. So these cats, they give you 700 episodes. Seasons every episode. Crazy shit, I know. But that's how it bees. That's how it bees. It bees like that sometimes. I'm going to say that one more time. 700 episodes. And maybe I'm lying. Maybe I need to look at it again and see if that's it. But from what I understand, 700 episodes. And 700 episodes is always gonna be a lot. The end. God damn it. 700 episodes. Nigga, are you for real? Anyway, so that's what I would like to do, because I feel like in the right, they should pay me to do this. Like, I deserve to get paid to do my story. And I'm going to show you, because that's how I feel. I feel like, what the hell? I thought I erased this shit. Why is this here? Man, I erased this whole thing. But I still gotta draw it, though. Because it's a son. And it's one of the brothers. Because 4 brothers meet at a conclusion. 4 brothers meet at a conclusion. cavity. Nah, I ain't gonna say cavity because I don't want to speak that shit into existence. But shit, this ain't cool. It ain't cool, man. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the bone structure. So now I'm moving the shadows. They're walking. Everyone's meeting at a conclusion. I can't say that enough times. Damn, to lose a loved one sucks. Fucking sucks. So I had a picture of. Let me go to the Lightroom. I had a picture in here. Ooh, this is my kids' episode. It's right here. Yeah, they go hard on this one. So I wrote all these episodes out. And there's quite a few of them. I mean, keep in mind, actually, fuck this shit. It wasn't even in this one. It was in my my Google Docs. Oh shit! Now I gotta remember where it was at. Commercial comics, books. I'm the kind of guy, if I'm doing something, I didn't think I was any good at spelling, so I didn't pay much attention to it. I'd be quick to misspell a word just because I felt like that's what I was supposed to do. Misspell it. Anywho, so let's see, what year? I hate when it does this right here. I know that must have fucked up. So I've lost files and all that shit. Ooh, I can't wait to animate this shit right here. That shit gonna be hard. And the thing is, I gotta color it too, so if I'm animating it, I gotta make it, put it in color. Posy and Eggy. I'm just gonna have fun with it, dude, because I like doing this shit. I had to do quick sketches, get the storyboard out, just to kind of get the feel of everything. That disturbs me. Ooh, so check this out. So I took this picture and I finished it. Originally, I wanted to give the guy like a kind of like a hammer or a ball fist with the, hook to a cord, and then I decided against it. I wanted to, I created these guys right here. I call them seers. And they're the eyes of a particular creature. Then you got a cover one I'll be coming out with as soon as the comic book hits. As soon as the comic book hits, I'll be coming out with this brand, the hip hop line. Then, I got some plans. But this is the picture that one came to. This is what I ended up creating. It's funny because the dude with the hat was my homeboy Ira. The guy with the red shorts is me. And then I was switching it. I was like, the guy with the green is me, and the guy with the red is Ira. But I had fun painting this. I mean, I know that it loses it in the browns. Like if I did it over, I would turn the browns and take them off. But I want it to be in Africa, but I could still make the ground different though. I can make it hella darker in the back. Yeah, I draw better now, but plus it was like a lot of detail. I should say I can color better, but it was a lot of detail. Do so well with the background and shit, because I just wanted to finish it. And that's why I draw shit now, and I draw it and then I walk away. I come back to it. So one has a blade and a shield, and then the other one is good with his feet, kind of like Lee on Naruto. This is another brand right here. Yeah. Alright, so we on point. Alright, so I'm drawing. Where's my battery space? As soon as my battery go off, obviously I'm stopping. Dang, I got 21 minutes of battery space. Alright, 21, sorry, not minutes. But anyway, so we can cover a lot in that time. I'm not sure. So this is the story about me. Mr. Me. He lives in a house. a mansion, a manor, the West Manor of Quillen Estate, or IQ Estate. And IQ, they have like the youngest. I sketch things real quick, and then I don't trust that they're good enough, so I don't go back to them. But like, I really do have a solid idea of this right here. Like, this is exactly what I was trying to draw. And this block in the front was supposed to be the stage. I need to go back, and that's why I like going back and looking at shit, because it helps me to kind of understand where I was headed with it. Oh, hell no. I'm going to sleep. Whoa.